So I'm joined by Danny Raymond, Crayford Racing Manager, looking forward to Saturday morning's finals. A string of open races, but three finals in particular to talk about. The main one, of course, being the J&K Coach Tours, Kent St Ledger. Danny, a very, very good final. Return of Belmore Sally, obviously the Golden Jacket winner.
Yeah.
Would it be fair to say that so far she hasn't really shown her Golden Jacket form?
It would be fair, yeah. Obviously, in the semi-finals and the final of the Golden Jacket, she was imperious and really put her rivals to the sword. But obviously, not quite managing to pick up Bombardier and Rising Coco in the preliminaries of this event. Hasn't been quite herself, but you'd still expect Jimmy Fenwick to have her absolutely primed, ready for Saturday morning, and come back to her usual self at any given stage, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the clue is kind of in the sectionals. I mean, having watched the heats and the semi-finals, she didn't really show a lot at all early doors. Where, of course, if we go back to the Golden Jacket, I mean, the semi-final, she did a 23.18 sectional, and in the final, she did a 23.07. Comparing now to, I think, a 23.84 and a 23.41. And in both cases, the first one, she missed a break and then moved slightly out the boxes. The second one, she just broke with them, but didn't really show any zap. As you say, I guess it's a case of can Jimmy find a spark with her to have her pop out like she's done previously?
Yeah, I mean, taking nothing away from Rising Coco's performance, she's a cracking local who has that style of running where if she can ping the lids and get on the bunny, she has a tendency to just cut across anything at the bend every time. And that's what she done to Sally a couple of times in the semi-final. And in the end, I suppose Coco just stays well enough that it sort of broke her heart, really. And she thought she'd settle for the second. But yeah, no, I'll just say you're more than thinking that she is going to be that bit more tuned up for the final. Blueberry Bullet inside, not too much early speed. Burgess Hannah outside, the same sort of story as well. So she might have a bit of space there to turn a bit more handy and show the pace she showed in the Golden Jacket.
Yeah, of course. I mean, as I said, although Belmore Sally was beaten, I mean, she was unlucky. She went to challenge at least twice. I mean, certainly going into the seventh bend, she looked as though she was coming through, and then the door was slammed shut on her again. I guess there we're looking who's likely to lead. Burgess Elite, if she doesn't come away, will Burgess Elite go clear?
There'd probably be, you'd say Bombardier would lead the inside runners, and then it's a battle between Burgess Elite and Rising Coco for the outside. If Rising Coco can obviously come away like she did in the semis, she'd have a good chance. But I think, as Jim Reynolds has said on a few occasions, she has that bit of a flat spot from the first bend to the third bend. So if she doesn't go around in front, then she's likely to get a little bit tap for toe by most of the runners and could end up quite easily in last place at the third bend if she doesn't put it right. Whereas Burgess Elite's got that real sort of all-round speed, where a sort of little bump in a crowd at the first bend is not going to put him off his stride at all, and he's sure to be there at some stage on the first lap at least.
Yeah, I mean, again, looking at his best sectionals, he's a 23.30 some, she's a 23.28, 23.30 type. So if they both came away, I think she'd do well to get round him in the early stages. But as I said, it's really, everybody's looking to Jimmy, I guess, aren't they?
Yeah. Obviously, they're looking at coming out of the second bend, seeing where Sally is, and sort of make the race or frame the race from that point onwards. Really, certainly you can't rule out the two that are likely to be finishing strongest with Blueberry Bullet and Burgess Hannah. And I spoke with Mark Wallace on Sunday night at the awards, and he's very bullish about Blueberry Bullet's chances and thinks this could be the race for her. So if she gets the run of the race, which she hasn't really had around Crayford at any stage in any race, I don't think. But if she was to get a clear run, she would take quite a bit of holding, and obviously Burgess Hannah the same.
Yeah, I think it's important that to sort of highlight Blueberry Bullet, because her record in top class company is exceptional. I think Billy Ball put up, is it something like a 7th Cat 1 final or something ridiculous? She's always there or thereabouts, isn't she?
Oh yeah, she's supremely consistent, and certainly if you was backing each way in these sort of competitions, you'd always be considering her, because she never knows when she's beaten.
No, and as you say, probably another half a lap she'd be even happier, wouldn't she? So Moving on, then I wanted to talk about the guys and dolls final. How do you see that being? How do you think that developing?
Yeah, obviously there was a hell of a lot of pace in the guys' semi-final, and he was expecting it to be a bit of a battle between Havana Class and Brookside Ritchie, and never quite materialised. Both missing their break, and obviously left to the local star Knockhard Rory, who now boasts probably 3 of the 5 best sectionals ever over the distance. Certainly got the best one with a 3:33 on the track championship day, and is not completely dependent on doing it from 6 either, because obviously he was from track 5 that day. So if he comes away like that again, he's going to take quite a lot of beating. The 2 bitches on the inside can't be ruled out at all, especially Not Boy K, who's been foot perfect in both runs at Crayford so far. And certainly another break like she's been producing, and it'll be a battle on between her and Knockhard Rory.
Would you say she's probably the best drawn in the race? In red?
Yeah, I mean, Luckbox Blue isn't an out-and-out railer. Probably doesn't want to be in track 1 braking-wise either. Certainly, I know Jim's of the opinion that she breaks better from 2 or 3. Ical's Rocco has got a fast start in him and has won very fast races around Crayford in the past. But again, you'd think he maybe have a bit of struggle to clear 1 and 2. And then you look on the outside, Milton Rio, who followed Knockhard Rory round the other day, but has also cut inside Rory at the bend on the 30th of April to win a little competition that day. So he's no back runner either for Heather Dimmock.
No, is it who leads wins?
Quite possibly, yeah. The only thing that might sort of change that is if Knockhard Rory was to win and a dog like Knock Boy K turns second, she could take advantage of his moving off around the 3rd and 4th bends. Yes,
of course, yeah. Obviously, right, still running on. And then obviously I said the lesser final, it's still £1,000. The Kent Vars final. How do you see that one going?
Kent Vars final, got no locals in this one. Popweld has obviously got some real good form around Crayford, was flying round here with 33 70s and 80s on a regular basis last October. Looked a big runner for the gold collar, and unfortunately she picked up a bit of an injury which kept her off a couple of months, and is just starting to sort of come back to that form again now. So with any sort of break like she got in the semi-final, she'd be the one to beat. Probably Freaky Pumba, one of the main dangers. Used to be graded here when Belinda was here over 2 years ago. So her first last Saturday was her first race at the track for over 2 years, but certainly looked like it's been running around Crayford all its life. Yeah,
and it's got very good toe form as well, hasn't it? Freaky Pumba, very low 29s for 9:20 or something, so perhaps even quicker than that. So
yeah, definitely.
So Popweld for you then, yeah?
I'd shade Popweld over Freaky Pumba, yeah.